Archangel Michael says, this is a very important message for you today. Do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message. Open your eyes and be careful. This is not a coincidence. It has been sent for you. There are no accidents in what your spirit is seeing right now. There is something divine pulling you here, urging you to see what has been hidden from your sight for too long. The hour is not ordinary. The season is not what it seems. The voice that you are about to hear will sound like thunder in your soul, but it is not here to bring fear, it is here to bring you home. Today, April 13th, Archangel Michael is saying, a big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please don't do this. Something is shifting in the spirit. There is movement around you that you cannot see with the natural eye. The air is thick with revelation. The heavens have released a whisper, and the whisper has become a voice, and the voice is crying out for you, yes, you. You who have been broken in silence, you who have smiled through unbearable sorrow, you who have questioned your worth in the dark of the night when no one was watching. You are seen. You are being called. There is something sacred about this moment. The clock has turned, and you are being held in the arms of prophecy. What you are reading now is not just words, it is an unveiling, a calling, a divine intersection. You are standing at the edge of something huge, something that will change everything you thought you knew. But your heart is leaning towards something that could delay what has already been prepared for you. That's why Archangel Michael is speaking now, loudly, clearly, with urgency wrapped in love. He says, please don't do this. You're about to go back to something that no longer belongs to you. Someone has come into your space lately pretending to be a guide, pretending to care, but they are pulling you away from your miracle. They are speaking confusion dressed as concern. You've been feeling unsure, questioning whether your heart is right or wrong. But let me tell you, this is not your spirit being weak, this is your soul reacting to something that does not carry your destiny. You were not made for confusion. You were not built for guilt. You are not called to carry what belongs to someone else. You have been carrying too much pain that isn't even yours. This is a message for you. You are sacred. You are chosen. You are set apart. But there is something you are about to do that could block the very breakthrough you've been praying for. It may look small to others, it may seem like just another choice, but heaven sees the consequence beyond the moment. Heaven is pleading with you, take your hands off what you are about to touch. Do not make that call. Do not return to that place. Do not ignore the voice of conviction just because comfort is louder. You prayed for healing, and healing is coming. You prayed for peace, and peace is near. You asked for restoration, and it is already being written in the pages of your life. But there is something pulling at you, distracting you, convincing you that what you had before was better. No. That was survival. This is resurrection. This is rebirth. What's ahead of you is nothing like what you lost. What you lost was a lesson. What you're about to walk into is a promise. Don't trade the promise for a pattern. Don't swap your miracle for a memory that never loved you right. There's someone who has been secretly hoping that you'll fall back into old ways. Not because they want you close, but because they need control. They are not weeping for your growth, they are mourning your independence. They don't want your healing because your healing means they cannot manipulate your pain anymore. That's why this moment is holy. That's why Archangel Michael is saying this now. Please don't do this. Don't let what is familiar become your master. Don't call it love if it costs your freedom. Don't call it loyalty if it demands your silence. A big miracle is coming. You feel it in your bones. You sense it in your dreams. The air around you has changed. Even your thoughts are shifting, becoming clearer, lighter. That's not your imagination. That's prophecy birthing itself inside you. Your angels have been moving things behind the scenes. The conversations you didn't hear, the decisions made in rooms you never entered, they are all aligning for your good. But heaven cannot force you to receive what you're unwilling to believe. And belief is not just in words, it is in the choices you make when no one is watching. This is the day that could shift your entire journey. This is not something to scroll past. This is not something to maybe believe. This is a message that was formed in fire, shaped in mercy, delivered by divine instruction. Finally, God is exposing what was hidden in plain sight. You've been trying to make excuses for someone who keeps showing you who they are. You've been trying to justify the way you are being treated. You've been praying for clarity, but ignoring the answers because they hurt. But the truth is not meant to destroy you, it is meant to set you free. Someone you care for is wearing a mask. They have studied your heart just to manipulate your kindness. But they are not sent for your growth. They are sent to keep you busy so that you miss what heaven has prepared for you. You are not being punished. You are being protected. You are not being left out. You are being hidden for the right eyes. You are not rejected. You are being redirected. That's why Archangel Michael is crying out, please don't do this. You're about to give up the garden for a grain of sand. The person you are thinking about right now, the situation you keep replaying, the opportunity you're doubting, it all matters. It's not random. Your intuition has been loud lately, but you've been suppressing it. You've been pushing it down because it doesn't match your plan. But your plan is not big enough for the glory coming your way. You have outgrown the room you're trying to shrink yourself back into. Don't let fear make decisions for you. Fear has a loud voice, but it has no vision. Vision is what you carry now. You are walking into divine timing, divine favor, divine recovery. A letter will come. A name will be spoken. A door will close, but don't mourn it. Because the next door will blow your mind. What's waiting behind it is more than restoration, it is redemption. You will see why it all had to collapse. You will see why it had to hurt. You will see why the waiting was necessary. Your name is being spoken in places you've never been. Your heart is being prepared for things your hands have not touched yet. But this moment right now is your test. What you choose now will decide what you step into next. This is why heaven is serious. This is why today is holy. Today, April 13th, is not just another day, it is a spiritual crossroad. Everything is being measured by this decision. Archangel Michael says the miracle is ready, but your agreement is required. Do not give your yes to something that doesn't have your future in it. Do not lend your heart to something that keeps breaking it. Do not lower your light to fit into a place where people fear your fire. You are not too much. You are not too soft. You are not too late. You are just in time for your turning point. This message for you was written in the silence of the Spirit, carved into the atmosphere of this moment, drawn down by something unseen that has been waiting patiently for you to arrive at this very point in time. You are standing at the edge of something that will change everything. You do not realize how many heavenly eyes are watching you with breath held still, hoping, pleading, that you will understand the urgency of what is being whispered into your soul right now. This is not ordinary time. This is not a usual day. The heavens have paused for this message. Today is April 13th. And there's something that is already forming in the unseen that your heart has prayed for, cried for, waited for. A miracle is being birthed with your name stitched into the center of its light. But right now, something is shaking in the spirit. There is a misstep forming. A single thought you're entertaining, a choice you are about to make that could shift everything off course. Please don't do this. Archangel Michael is saying it clearly, shouting it in the thunder of the Spirit and whispering it in the stillness of your room. A big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. You are walking towards something that looks right in the moment, but it will cost you more than you know. You are being seduced by comfort, by fear, by the sweet lie of something temporary pretending to be eternal. This moment is a fork in the road disguised as routine. But you must listen with your soul. This message is a veil being lifted. You're not crazy for feeling like something is coming. You are not foolish for crying last night when no one was watching. That sudden urge to pray, that strange dream you had, that emotion that flooded your chest without reason, it was all real. Heaven has been trying to reach you. You are not forgotten. But you are in a place now where one decision could either usher in the most profound, unstoppable shift, or delay your promise again. Please, don't move too quickly. Don't let impatience lead you. Don't confuse the echo of the past with the voice of destiny. You are closer than you think. So close. That's why the resistance has been loud. That's why some people pulled away. That's why the days have felt strangely heavy. Because something is trying to block what's coming next. But listen, there is no need to fear. You are not alone in this moment. Though you may feel like no one understands you, though you've been smiling in front of others but falling apart in secret, your steps have been watched by the one who knows the end from the beginning. And while he remains silent at times, today is different. Today, the silence is breaking. And this message is the voice through the cloud. God says, the time has come to choose. You have been feeling this build in your spirit. You've been hearing the same confirmation again and again, from songs, from signs, from strange coincidences that are not coincidences at all. This is not something to scroll past. This is not something to laugh off. This is a divine interruption. Something is being delivered into your hands, but the delivery requires alignment. And your current choice is pulling you away from it. Please, do not do it. Don't go back to what broke you just because it's familiar. Don't silence your intuition just because someone else is louder. Don't hold on to people who are draining your peace just because you're afraid to be alone. Don't sacrifice the promise for the illusion. Don't step outside the will that has protected you just because the wait has been long. Your faith is being tested not in fire, but in stillness. Not in storms, but in silence. Can you still believe when there's no applause? Can you still obey when no one else understands? Can you trust the invisible even when everything visible is screaming otherwise? Because Archangel Michael is watching, waiting, hoping you will pause before this next move. The miracle is real. It is not a fantasy. It is not an emotional daydream. It is the response to tears you forgot heaven saw. It is the answer to prayers you prayed with your last breath of hope. It is tied to your name in such a specific way that no one else can claim it. But it requires purity. It requires a shift. You cannot walk into it carrying the weight of what you're currently holding. Please don't do this. Someone you love deeply cried last night because they feel they are losing you to a path they cannot follow. A choice you are making is hurting someone who believed in you when no one else did. And somewhere in your soul, you know this. You can feel the internal conflict. This message isn't trying to shame you, it is trying to wake you up before the window closes. Heaven is moving. Time is not waiting. The moment is holy. And your next decision matters. It's almost over. You have endured so much. You've survived things you don't even speak about. You've had nights where you couldn't breathe, days where you faked strength just to get through. You've walked through betrayal, loneliness, and disappointment. But there's something forming now that will make sense of it all. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to beg for it. It will fit perfectly like it was always yours. But the big mistake you are being tempted to make will cost you this clarity. That voice convincing you to settle, to give up, to pretend, to numb your heart and pretend you don't care, it is not from above. That feeling that you're unworthy, that you'll always be stuck, that nothing will change, it is not your truth. It is a trap. A carefully designed illusion to make you surrender too soon. Archangel Michael is crying out to you, please, don't do this. There is still time. There is grace. There is still a path back to the light. But it requires courage. It requires one bold decision to walk away from what is comfortable but false, and toward what is uncertain but destined. Can you trust without seeing? Can you wait without answers? Can you stand still while the miracle approaches? Because it is approaching. You have no idea what is already aligned on your behalf. People are thinking about you in rooms you haven't entered. Conversations are happening behind the scenes where your name is being honored. Your face is being shown in someone's dream. Your name is echoing in the ears of someone with the ability to open a new door. A breakthrough is forming. A connection is awakening. A promise is blooming. But you cannot receive it if you are bound to the wrong thing. This is the moment to sever what is slowly pulling you under. The comfort that is slowly eroding your soul. The mask you're wearing that is silencing your spirit. You were not made to live like this, afraid of your own light, ashamed of your own worth. You were not made to shrink. You were not made to apologize for dreaming big, for feeling deeply, for being set apart. You are being called up higher. And this is the hour of decision. Don't let fear make this choice for you. Don't let pressure shape your future. Don't trade your healing for momentary relief. Don't give away your miracle to someone who doesn't even believe in miracles. Don't silence your soul just to fit in with a version of you that doesn't even exist anymore. You have changed. You have outgrown the old. And if you go back, you will feel it immediately. Please, don't do this. Archangel Michael is standing by your side, with an urgency that even the winds can feel. He is not just watching, he is intervening. Blocking something you cannot see. Pushing away distractions. Whispering truth into your dreams. Causing divine delays to give you one more chance to pause before the misstep. You are not alone. You are not crazy. And you are not too late. This message is your moment. This is your wake-up call. You asked for a sign. This is it. You prayed for direction. This is it. You cried out in silence. This is the reply. Something will shift after this. You will remember this day. The 13th of April is not like other days. Something happened in the spirit already. Something has been released. But how you respond determines if you catch it or if it passes you by. You have come too far to forfeit the reward now. You are not the same person you were when this journey began. You are wiser. You are stronger. You are more in tune. And deep down, you know what this message is about. You know what needs to be released. You know what this warning is referencing. So pause. Pray. Listen. A big miracle is about to touch your life. But you must let go of the mistake. You must choose destiny over comfort. Faith over fear. Stillness over panic. Obedience over popularity. Love over convenience. Truth over temporary satisfaction. You will not regret it. Your miracle will not pass you by if you trust this message. Archangel Michael says again, with fire in his voice and softness in his heart, please don't do this. There is still time. You are safe. You are loved. And it's not too late. This message for you has been traveling through the breath of eternity, carried not by wind, but by divine instruction. It has been sealed with light, cloaked in silence until this very hour. Today, April 13th, something has shifted in the spirit. You may not see it yet, but if your soul listens close, it will feel the trembling sound of heaven knocking. There is an urgency that cannot be quieted, and Archangel Michael is saying, a big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please don't do this. Open immediately. You were not meant to find this by accident. Your spirit has been aching with questions. Your heart has been drowning in the echo of what once was. But you're not lost. You are being led. There are no coincidences in the divine. This message has a divine fingerprint, and it recognizes you. It sees beyond your confusion, past your tired smile, through your weary strength. It has found the one who needed to be reminded that even when it seems everything is falling apart, heaven is still holding every piece in its hands. You have been walking with burdens no one knows, carrying weights that no soul has fully seen. You have smiled when your world was silent. You have stood when your knees were shaking. And all this time, something eternal has been watching you, counting every breath, listening to every silent tear that never touched your cheeks. The path you're on may feel uncertain, but today, April 13th, is not just a date. It is a moment wrapped in divine timing. It is the hour where your yes can shift the next chapters of your life. And yet, this is also where the trembling truth must be spoken. Archangel Michael is saying it again, louder now, with urgency that burns. A big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. please don't do this. Open immediately. Something you are about to choose, something you are leaning toward, is not meant for your spirit. You are entertaining a door that looks promising but is painted with illusions. You are seconds away from touching what will steal your peace. And heaven is shouting gently, because sometimes love screams in silence. Stop. Breathe. Look again. What is pressing you to move so fast? Who told you that your miracle requires compromise? Who whispered that settling was safer than soaring? That is not the voice of divine guidance. That is not the path carved by light. There is something being offered to you right now that seems good, but if you listen carefully, you will hear that it's not sent from the place you've been praying to. You've waited too long, cried too deeply, to throw away what is truly yours for what merely imitates blessing. God says this: you are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not abandoned. You are on the edge of a harvest your ancestors prayed for. You are the living prophecy of prayers whispered in candlelight long before you were born. But your next step matters more than you realize. This is not a time to rush. This is not the hour to bend to pressure. This is a holy pause. And in this pause, there is protection. Today, April 13th, is sacred. Not because of what you do, but because of what heaven is preparing to release over your life. There is a turnaround being written. Something you lost will return to you in unexpected ways. A name you thought you'd never hear again will suddenly be spoken. A promise you buried is about to rise. But not if you let impatience guide your next move. Not if you walk toward something just because it's available, forgetting to ask if it's anointed. Archangel Michael is standing near you right now. You may not see, but your spirit does. He is placing his sword into the ground before you, not to frighten, but to draw a line in the unseen realm. And with a voice that shakes both realms, he is repeating, "A big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please don't do this. Open immediately." Listen. The instruction is not to scare, but to steer. There's still time to choose correctly. You've come too far to settle for almost. You've survived too much to live beneath your promise. Do not be deceived by temporary comfort. What looks easy now will cost you later. The miracle has not passed you. It is waiting for you to trust again. To pause. To return to the quiet place where your spirit can hear again. The voice of truth has not left you. But you've been surrounded by so much noise lately. Silence that voice of fear. Mute the voice of pressure. You still know how to listen. You still know how to pray. Something unusual is about to happen. Even within the next 7 days, signs will begin to appear that confirm what you're reading now. Watch the time. Notice the numbers. Feel the shift in conversations. See the unexpected encounters. Today, April 13th, is the beginning of a divine countdown. You have stepped into the first hour of a long-awaited unfolding. The doors are aligning. The things that were locked are being reconsidered in your favor. Even those who forgot your name are about to remember. But you cannot compromise in this sacred hour. You were born with a light not everyone understands. That's why some walked away. That's why some didn't stay. It wasn't because you lacked value, it was because your value was too much for them to carry. But don't let that cause you to dim. Don't let that cause you to shrink. You were never meant to fit in. You were born to be the beginning of something new. You were born to break patterns, to carry grace into places where only silence existed. You are the answer to a broken place. But if you choose what only looks good, you might delay the good that is meant to last. Archangel Michael is still near. He hasn't left. Because he knows what's about to happen. He sees the plan forming in the unseen. He sees the connections aligning. He sees the deliverance prepared. He sees the release written for you in scrolls of glory. But he also sees the trap being set close by. The subtle distraction. The beautiful compromise. The invitation to settle. And his words are firm, yet full of mercy. Please don't do this. Open immediately. It is not too late. You have not missed anything. But you must be still. You must not rush. The answer will not come from your stress. It will rise out of your surrender. And yes, you are tired. Yes, you are longing. But your heart knows how to wait in faith. Your soul remembers how to rest in the unseen. Go back to that trust. Go back to that place where you first heard the promise. Speak again the words that used to make your heart tremble. Your miracle is not gone. It's just being protected until your spirit is ready to carry it. There is someone thinking of you right now. Someone who hurt you, yes, but also someone who never forgot the real you. There will be a conversation in the near future that heals what you thought would remain broken forever. But you must not reach for it before it's time. Let healing find you. Let grace do the mending. Don't force what heaven has already planned. Timing matters. And this is divine timing. Today, April 13th, the heavens are recording your response. You are being tested not in your strength, but in your surrender. The real victory is not in fighting harder, but in laying it down. The miracle that is forming is not earned by effort, it is received by trust. Let go of trying to control what's beyond you. Let go of forcing doors. The one who is for you will not need to be convinced. The blessing meant for you will not require you to beg. What is truly yours will come clothed in peace. Do not confuse silence with absence. Just because you can't hear doesn't mean heaven isn't speaking. Just because you can't feel doesn't mean you aren't being surrounded. The quietest moments are often where the greatest movements are prepared. Today, April 13th, is not just another day. It is the day where the scroll turned, the page shifted, the ink began to write a new chapter. You're not behind. You're not late. You're right on time. Archangel Michael is still watching, still praying over you. He has been assigned to you. His instruction has not changed. A big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please don't do this. Open immediately. Open your spirit again. Open your faith again. Open your heart again. You still have time to choose correctly. You still have time to turn around. You still have time to wait for what is truly yours. Let the tears come. Let the release begin. Let the old expectations die so that new promises can rise. You were not made for almost. You were made for overflow. And it's coming, if you choose to listen now. Open it now. Before the moment closes. God says, today, the 13th of April, something is shifting in the realm that surrounds your spirit. Something you cannot see is moving in your favor. Heaven has been watching you closely, and the angels have been whispering your name in sacred spaces. Archangel Michael is speaking urgently now, and his voice echoes through the corridors of divine light. He is saying, a big miracle is about to happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please, don't do this, there is something you are about to walk into, or something you are about to say or believe that is not aligned with what God has prepared for you. Do not let fear, pride, or confusion speak louder than the truth God has placed within your soul. You are being called back to your true path. You are being redirected with love. This message for you is not by chance. It is not an accident that you are seeing this now. Someone you love has confessed something about you, and if you knew what they said behind closed doors, your heart would tremble. You would cry, not from pain, but from the overwhelming realization that someone has carried your name in their prayers. Someone who knows your worth, even when you forget. Someone you thought had forgotten you still remembers every kindness you gave. The confession came from a deep place within their spirit, and heaven heard it. And now, Archangel Michael is trying to reach you before you make a decision that could close the door on the very thing you've been praying for. God says, you are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. Even when the world grows quiet and no one checks in, God is checking on your heart every moment. Even when you feel like nothing is happening, heaven is busy writing the next chapter of your story. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. The miracle is not in what you will receive, but in what God is removing from your life: confusion, lies, manipulation, false appearances, and people who do not carry the light you need near you. Finally, God is exposing something important. Open up quickly. Don't close your heart. Don't pretend you're not feeling this tug in your chest. The Holy Spirit is moving through this message. Your name has been spoken in places where miracles begin. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. In fact, right now, someone who once walked away from you is trembling under the weight of what they did. They didn't know how much you were carrying. They didn't understand the price you were paying just to smile through the pain. And now, they are being shown by God what they failed to see before. This message is for you. A miracle is coming, something that will change your story, something that will shock those who wrote you off. But listen carefully, because the miracle can only land in a heart that is ready, clean, soft, and open. Don't let bitterness steal it. Don't let doubt delay it. Don't make the mistake of thinking God forgot you just because it's been quiet. The silence is not abandonment, it's preparation. Archangel Michael is saying, you will never be the same after knowing what this person has confessed about you. Open your heart now. Open it quickly. Time is not waiting. Today is sacred. The 13th of April has been marked in heaven's calendar long before you even knew what would happen this month. Something is coming into alignment. You will see signs, unusual, holy signs. Dreams, names, faces, sudden changes, and breakthroughs. Don't be afraid. This is divine movement. Trust it. Trust God. Trust that what's leaving your life is making room for what's arriving. Let go of what you're trying to fix if God is asking you to surrender it. Let go of the weight if God is telling you it's time to fly. This is your moment. Your story is shifting. Your prayers were not ignored, they were planted. And now they are breaking through the soil. God says, a big miracle will happen in your life, but you are making a big mistake. Please, don't do this. Come back to me. Let me finish the story I started in you. You are safe here. I am with you. Let this message settle in your soul. Everything is changing, and it's changing in your favor.